Welcome to the weekly episode of Burlington Spotlight, where I talk to local business owners how COVID-19 is impacting their business and the challenges around it. Today, we have a special guest from Landana's restaurant, Shannon St. Pierre, who's the Director of Marketing and Events. Landana's restaurant is located on Cambridge Street, and like everybody else, it's being impacted pretty bad. Hi, Shannon. Nice to see
Hi,
you.
how are you?
Good, good. Thanks for
Good.
joining me today. I really appreciate it because I know you're quite busy this morning.
Yeah, my pleasure.
So, Landana's is a very popular restaurant in town, and it's usually tough to get a reservation. You guys are busy quite a lot.
Yep.
So, what has changed since March, since this health crisis has started?
Well, essentially, when the mandates were put in place to close, we had to make some tough decisions. Were we going to close completely, or were we going to offer, takeout services? And we kind of battled back and forth with that for a few days, just trying to figure out what was safe for our employees, and what we thought moving forward would be the best decision for the business. And I think we quickly decided that we wanted to be there for, we wanted to be open for a lot of reasons. We thought we could, offer a service to people that I think that they would enjoy. We've been such an intricate part of Burlington for a really long time, and we wanted to kind of be there for, the people of Burlington that wanted to access to different food. I think that, it seems like an easy thing, like let's shut the restaurants down, let's just, make people, be able to go to the grocery store and have access to food. But you know what? Not everyone cooks, and not
Right.
everyone, that's not an easy switch for everybody. So I think
the restaurant, have you, sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
so you are doing takeout,
Yes.
I assume,
We're-
and are you doing curbside pickup?
Yes.
And
Yes.
has the menu changed? I mean, because you do have a full menu, so how has
Right.
your menu changed for the
It
takeout?
continues to evolve. So the first week we were open, we kept it pretty simple with fan favorites, things that we knew would be able to be packaged easily as well as transport easily. Not all of our menu items really work in that kind of sense. So we really had to, really look at the menu and look at things and say, okay, what can we do that won't, ruin the integrity of our food and that people will be able to enjoy at home the way that they would enjoy here at the restaurant. So initially our menu was pretty simplified. And then as we've, been open now, I mean, we're going on, I want to say
weeks.
10 weeks. Yeah. So it's evolved. We're trying to, stay seasonal in that regard and, try to keep it fresh because we have noticed that we're getting a tremendous amount of people that are ordering weekly. So we want to keep them excited about the menu items and options that we have here. So it is always changing weekly. We do try to add a few, new items on or take things off, but it is definitely a simplified menu. It's not our entire menu that you would essentially get when dining here at night.
So with that, how is your staffing? Did you have to furlough some staff? Are you, what
Yeah,
is your
I would say
staffing like?
80% of our restaurant is furloughed. We've kept a very limited management staff here. So it's me and the assistant general manager. And then we have a few front of the house people that are helping us with the curbside because we're not allowing anyone to enter the building outside of the staff that works here. And then the kitchen is a little bit heavier with regards to staffing simply because they're essentially the ones doing all the cooking and the prepping. So we have some back of the house staffing, but it is very minimal in regards to what we typically have on a normal day to execute the restaurant.
And when you say you're changing your menu weekly, how do the residents of Burlington and the surrounding towns know about your menu? Is it out anywhere in public, or did you just have to go to your website?
Yep, so it's always on our website. We change it whenever updates are done. We do them first thing in the morning. And then I'm doing lots of things like email blasts to all of our regular clientele. I know that Burlington Chamber has it posted on their site. And then social media. Social media has been a tremendous platform to kind of let people know exactly what's happening here at the restaurant. It's funny. People always talk about social media and how it can be all consuming, but it also can be a wonderful platform in order to get information out quick. And I think people are really, using it during these trying times to gather information.
Right. I think social media is a lot more important now that, and we're
Yeah,
using it more now because we're all at home and we're relying
yeah,
on it for communication like this.
absolutely. Yep.
So you're saying that Lindana's is doing pretty well right now with the takeout? Is there more that we could do to help and support you from a local community base?
Yeah, I mean, it's been very consistent. I think it always can be better. We are only offering it currently right now from Wednesday to Sunday. We felt, with the type of food that we have, and those were kind of the busy nights we were seeing, that it made more sense to just be busier during a shorter period of time than, be open every night of the week. That may change, as the summer unfolds. We'll see how things go. And hopefully we'll be open soon
Right. Well,
with
on that note, are
programs.
you, with
Yeah.
summer and it's getting warmer, will you start, do you have outdoor seating and will you expand the outdoor seating for when we start to
Yeah.
reopen? What are you thinking? What are your plans?
We have a small patio that, yeah, well, that's kind of, I think this week a lot of those things will be unfolding, because we're going to have to meet kind of with the owners and see what exactly we can do. We do have a small patio that's open every year, and it seats, we can typically seat about 8 tables out there, but with the new, I'm sure, guidelines that are going to be put in place with the space in between tables, that would probably be cut in half. We do have a sizable lot out front, but whether we extend outdoor seating, I think those are going to be things we're going to have to, decide, what we're going to need to do that and whether it's worth doing that. So I think a lot of things will unfold this week in terms of what we should be doing moving forward in order to, essentially be able to get up and going again.
So that's a very interesting point. You could theoretically use the half the parking lot or a third of the parking lot for tables, just
Yeah,
so for those people who want to really go to your restaurant but don't feel
right.
comfortable going inside the restaurant.
Yeah.
So that
The
that
good
could be a
thing
very
about the
viable option.
inside of the restaurant too is that when we obviously do get the A-OK, is that, the restaurant's massive. And so I think that we would be able to, manipulate the seating, so that we could really ensure people were 6 feet apart, which is great. I mean, if we could recreate the entire floor plan within the space to ensure people's safety, which not every restaurant has the luxury of doing. We're just very vast and long and big, so I think that that's something we could do very easily to ensure that people were spread out nicely from each other and nobody was on top of each other. And we've been really diligent since day one with regards to, sanitation and safety. We're pretty fortunate that we actually have a certified professional on food safety that actually works here at the restaurant and is located at Lindana. So she's been like a key intricate part of just making sure that we're doing what we need to do to make sure we're safe, to make sure our guests are safe. And she's been with us since we opened 13 years ago, but just recently became certified. So she's been an endless source of information for us, and just keeping us, in the know before we even, even before the CDC brings out these guidelines. She kind of knows what we should be doing, which is great.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And
Yeah.
how is so what are they saying? What is the state saying as to when the restaurant industry can open? I know there's been some talk about opening sooner than later, but I don't know what the latest is. Have you been
It
informed from
sounded
the
like
governor?
it sounds like everything is happening in phases based on what Governor Baker said on Monday. It sounds as if, and I think they're doing that to just see, okay, we're going to open this phase of business, and if there's no major outbreaks, then we're going to take the next phase of business. It sounds like, as of June 8th, they're opening salons. It sounds like, and I think if every phase works the way they want it to, it looks like maybe the end of June, but I think it's going to all be dependent on how each phase
So they
unfolds.
really haven't given you a firm date yet. It's
Yeah.
if we don't have a spike, if we don't have increased numbers, but even if we
Yeah.
don't and everything goes according to plan, you're still looking at the end of June for opening.
That's what I think, based on what Governor Baker said. I think that's what we're looking at. But I do think, I mean, as you are aware, everything, I think you listen to the news
Yeah.
every day and the information is different. Um, we're hoping for the best for the end of June. I think even when we do open, there's going to be, a tremendous amount of guidelines put in place for us. So we're certainly not going to be operating at capacity. It's going to be
Right.
kind of a day-to-day thing. Yeah.
Right. So that's my next question. So if and when you do open, Are
Mhm.
you starting to talk and plan about your hours? Are you going to be doing one shift, two shifts? You're going to have a full kitchen? Provide, how is this going to work with the following the guidelines? And do people have to wear masks when they go into
Oh
your
yeah.
restaurant?
Well, I
How
think
can they
that's going to
eat?
be,
How can
yeah.
they eat wearing masks? I mean, that's all
Yeah.
going to be foreign to all of us.
It is. I think it's going to be it's going to be more of a as you enter the facility. And again, I'm just guessing because it's going to be based on what Governor Bacon says to us. But
Yeah.
I think it's going to be more like as you enter and exit, or if you're walking about, meaning like if you go to the facilities, you need to wear your mask. But you can take them off while dining as long as the tables are spread out the way they're supposed to be. I think that with regards to what our hours are going to look like and what our staffing will look like, it's going to be kind of a moving piece. I think it's going to be, we're going to have to do that all based on volume. We're going to make a lot of adjustments, I'm sure. I know for sure we won't be at full staff for a
Right.
while. So I think it's going to just be, an ever evolving situation where we're learning and seeing, hopefully people aren't afraid to come out. That's the biggest piece of the puzzle, that we're hoping by the time everything does open that people are going to be eager and ready.
More
I
confident.
know that, yeah, right. I know that we're going to do everything here to ensure that our guests are safe, but it's going to be more, where people are mentally, whether they're mentally ready to kind of get out there, or if there's still fear, and that's kind of the thing that we'll be up against.
Right. Well, maybe one of the solutions is what we just talked about, is maybe having using one third of your parking lot and having a lot more
Yep.
open air seating. That would probably solve a
Mhm.
lot of the fears out there, because there are going to be a lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
And once we do reopen, will there be a spike? And if there's a spike, then what's going to happen? We're going to be shut down again. So there's going to be a lot of trial
Right.
and error, I guess. Right.
Yeah. And that's why I
Yeah.
think Governor Baker is going to be very slow in fully opening things, and the way he's transitioning things through phases, because I think he's really trying. He doesn't want to take 20 steps back. So I think he's trying to open a portion of the
Yeah.
economy, and then open another portion, and then kind of see where we go. But yeah, I agree. I think outdoor seating is going to be kind of an important piece of the puzzle.
I think so too. And that makes a lot of sense. It's just very, very difficult for the restaurant industry because they are struggling. That and the
Yeah,
travel industry, the hospitality industry in itself is having a very difficult time, and people losing their businesses because of it. It's just really
that's
a
true.
struggle. So as much as we can do to support our local businesses through takeout,
Mhm.
that's what we can do to help you. So Shannon, is there anything else that you would like to share with people looking at this and watching about Lindana's and about what we can do to help you more?
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing is, first we want to say thank you, because I do think we've had a tremendous amount of support from the community. People that are calling and ordering takeout, they're just so thankful that we're open, and just really, really wonderful and warm. So, we are grateful for that. I think that another, just let people know we're here. We're here to offer curbside. We're doing everything we can to ensure that everyone is safe, and we're following, above and beyond protocols here. People are not in this building without masks, gloves. They're getting temperature checks as they walk in. So, just know that we're here. We're here, and we want to serve the community, and we want to offer wonderful food. And we can't wait to we can welcome you all back here again, and the wonderful environment and the service that people have come to kind of love and enjoy. But I think we're just really appreciative for the support that we've gotten. And when you want a great meal, we're here.
That's great. And we love Landana's. It's a pillar of of the community as well. You contribute a lot to our town. And I wish you all the luck. And
Thanks
we
so
are
much. You
really
too.
looking forward to coming back to the restaurant and eating again in your
Yeah.
fine dining room. So
Yeah.
thanks, Shannon. I appreciate you joining me today, and good luck with your planning for the reopening. It's going to be a task and a struggle, but I'm sure you'll get through it like everybody else. So thank you very
We
much
will.
again. Okay, thank
Thanks
you.
so much.